Sound work. Okay. I don't know why the sound's not working. Oh, the sound is working. The sound is working. So, I guess now that the sound is working, look, and God voice words. Okay. So now that we, I, now that I know what's happening, let me get us started. Yeah, that's a good idea. We're gonna do that. Right here. Then we are going to go here. Okay, I'm glad you hear me, Neil, because I was having a very hard time. Okay, so I have to do something again. Uh, this. Okay, so I guess it's just the way that the screen is cut up. So if anybody needs the whole, like this whole thing or whatever, let me know. Because I know the other day, Drunken Wizard and A from PA was conversating cross platform. So I don't know. Maybe it'll happen again. But hi Neil. How are you? My sweet, sweet man. Oh, can I tell you what happened? Let me know if I can tell you what happened. Because I want to tell you. Because it had me feeling some kind of way. I went live on Pill earlier because I was so sad about it. It's my own damn fault. Well, actually, it's peanut butter's fault. If it didn't taste so good in coffee, I wouldn't have drank so much of it. Oh, and also protein powder. But I gotta have the protein powder because I don't eat meat. But if I just stuck with peanut butter and not protein powder, but peanut butter is way worse for you than protein powder, I think. So I don't know. Let me tell you what happened. I had to go to the psych doctor this morning because the other month sh I told her I was eating ramen noodles, and she proceeded to tell me that is not real food. What are you eating? And I said I eat dinner, and she said ramen noodles don't count. I said I only eat ramen noodles when I'm bored, and she said when is that? And I was like all the time, and she's like that don't count. I'm gonna come. I want you to come to my office. I'll change your medicine. I want you to come to my office and get on the little weighing machine. She called it something, but it's a little weighing machine. Anyway, I stepped on this motherfucker. Do you know what I weigh? 172 pounds. The biggest I've ever been was 189, and that's when I got out of prison. The smallest I've been was 163, and that's what I lost after like being out of prison for like a year. So I lost a lot of that prison weight, and I kept it off real nice. But now I weigh 172 pounds, and I was so sad because I thought about it. If I keep getting fat, if they keep giving me these sedatives and they keep making me fat, I'm going to have to ask Miss Muddy to send that box sooner rather than later because I don't want to change my wardrobe. That's going to be so fucking expensive. I'm not doing it. I just want to buy skirts. I want to buy skirts and moo I want to wear moo If I'm gonna get fat, I'm wearing a fucking moo. Just this is bullshit. Jesus smashing bullshit. Do you understand my pain? Well, actually, I'm not even in pain. Well, not from that. Really, that doesn't even really fucking matter. Except for I don't want to change my wardrobe. No, no, no. I don't drink soda. No, no, no. I don't drink soda. It's the peanut butter in my coffee. But I'm telling you, you do not know how good that is. You do not know how good it is to put a scoop of peanut butter, well, a couple of scoops of peanut butter in your coffee. Oh, it tastes just like circus peanuts. I can't be doing that no more. And drinking protein powder on top of it. That was probably, other than getting my bottom teeth pulled, eating peanut butter in my coffee was probably one of the worst things I did because now I gotta beg for Miss Muddy to send me some skirts. But Miss Muddy, she sends me the most, for my birthday, she sent me the most beautifulest clothes. Oh, they were so nice. I'm still scared to wear them. I have a couple of the outfits still in the box that she sent me on top of my dresser because I'm scared to wear them. They're so nice. I wear them on special occasions. Yep. Because I feel real fancy in those clothes. It's like I have no business wearing those clothes. And not because I think I'm too trashy for them or whatever, because I am. But it's because I'm too messy. Spilled my coffee all over everything. I burned a hole in everything I own because my cigarettes fall apart. Not exactly sure how to keep my cigarettes from falling apart, but I have burned myself many times, setting myself on fire with my cigarette. Yeah, that's real life and that does happen. Yep. But today, because I had to go out in the real world, Dustin bought real people cigarettes this morning at 8:30, and I have one cigarette left. I don't even have half cigarettes. I already smoked all my half cigarettes too. I got a real fucking problem, and I don't know how to stop it. No. Well, yes, but that's the whey kind, whey protein. I don't really eat meat. I don't really eat food, which is the problem that the lady had with me is because I wasn't really eating food. I was eating ramen noodles so I don't die, and then dinner. And she said that is really bad. But I drink the protein powder because I don't eat meat. Um, it's the only way I get protein. But I found peanut butter. But I'm so addicted to the protein powder that I can't stop putting it in my coffee because I've been doing it for so long. My problem is I'm sedentary, because I can't really move much. Well, I do move, but it's real hard. And I end up smelling like an angry chili dog at the end of the day. It's a real problem that I have because walking is stressful. Well, my body finds it stressful. I don't find it stressful. I find it stressful I don't walk more. But I live in the ghetto. I am disabled and I cannot walk by myself because I'm a fall risk. Yeah, that's a real problem. I know, I'm talking about myself again. I need to stop talking about myself because it's not helping me. Maybe it is helping me. I don't know. But I was hoping people were coming. I wonder where Miss Muddy is. It's Tuesday, not Wednesday. And she didn't come yesterday either. Miss Muddy is MIA. I was telling somebody the other day about my YouTube chat, how most all of you are trolls in other chats, but you come to my chat and you don't troll and you actually keep it highly protected. And I just thought that was the funniest things, or one of the funniest things, that even trolls have special channels. I thought that was so awesome. I felt like Queen Troll yesterday. All because I was talking about y'all. I talk about you guys all the time. Like you are in regular conversations of mine. And by name. Or whatever name you go by on YouTube. I talk about you guys constantly. You're my world. Well, okay. You're a small part of the universe that is me. Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't you guys all come from the troll community? Although let me tell you what happened. There's this girl that I know, okay? And she's a good girl. She's a good girl. Anyway, she was in somebody's chat, and I don't know if she's a troll, but she was being so disrespectful, like trolling but throwing personal attacks. It's like, once you start throwing personal attacks, aren't you a step below a troll because trolls are creative? Personal attacks aren't very creative because it takes nothing for somebody to say, your feet smell in real life, rather than say something stupid like, man, I would hate to have smelly feet. Something stupid, man. Trolls are so creative. Oh, look, it looks like I'm talking to myself this whole time. You didn't even tell me it was on. No, no, it isn't. Okay, why can't I see? I don't know why. Oh, now I can see you, kind of. What is that? I don't need that. Oh, see, I can see it better that way. Oh, look at that. Fuck yeah, I want it like that. Yeah. Now, can you see that, Neil? I don't know how to. Okay. Hold on. I was fucking with this thing while you were saying that. I am a troll. I have friends on both sides of the ship and love them. It's about how people treat you. That's pretty good, ain't it? That's pretty badass. Yeah, I like that. Okay, well, I guess nobody's showing up. I wonder where everybody is. Like, for real. Because, um, I'm gonna start reading this. Should we go pull people in? I don't know. I am live on YouTube. Well, yeah, because Neil's on YouTube. I am also live on Facebook. Oh, what am I doing? No, what the fuck? No, I want to share this. I don't know what the fuck just happened. Tilt the world and I never thought. I want to copy this and I want to do this. Hold on. What am I doing? Right here. Hold on, whoever's chatting, because I think someone said something. Give me just 1 second. I was doing something. I was doing something. I'm actually going to share this. and places. Yep, here, and one more place. Okay? Till to where Yep, there we go. Bam! Ginger nuts. Okay. Well, then, sadly, I mean, I guess it wouldn't even be sadly. It'd be there sadly. I am gonna start Enoch again. Oh, do you drink coffee, Neil? Just real quick. Do you drink coffee? Because I don't. I think only a coffee drinker would understand what I'm about to say. Okay. How often do you wash your coffee cup? Just your own personal coffee cup. Oh no, I would never drink decaf coffee. Although it doesn't really taste like warm piss. It's not bad though. Every day. Miss Buddy! Miss Buddy! Yeah, see, I don't watch mine often either. Because there's something about, like, don't touch my fucking coffee cup. I'm not washing my coffee cup until I'm absolutely have to. But then I better have another cup. Just, I don't have a thing with washing my coffee cup. And Dustin's like, you wouldn't eat off of a plate that sat out overnight. I said no, but when I rinse it out, if I rinse that plate off, I would fucking reuse it, but I would. Tell me I wouldn't, because I will. And I have done it a bunch of times. I was homeless for a while. And then I lived in a camper in Oregon. That was pretty sweet. Yeah, peed in a bucket and everything. It was a good time. But I suppose it's better than peeing outside like in Pennsylvania. Yeah, I did that too. Also a good time. So, Miss Muddy, welcome. We're gonna start Enoch for real. So, it's 27 minutes. We're gonna start reading the Book of Enoch. But I was trying to wait for you. I've been so busy. Oh shit. Well, take a load off and listen to a story. We're starting Enoch. And these first few little chapters aren't even that long. We might get to chapter 8 in 1.5 hours. Possibly. I'm not promising. But we spent 30 minutes talking about stuff. Now we're going to spend an hour reading. So we'll get real far. And I also do not believe there's God voice, which is sad. Yeah. And nobody showed up on my pill side, it doesn't look like. Maybe I should be watching Pilled Chat. No, I don't like that. You asshole. Okay, that works. Sounds great. I let my dog drink from my beer bottle. No problem. You won't drink out of a dirty coffee cup, but you'll drink after a dog. That's so funny. Okay, we're going to start reading. Yeah, sorry, I haven't even finished my minutes yet. I'm almost done. And oh, Miss Muddy, let me tell you what happened. Fuck it. Let me tell you what happened. I gained 10 pounds. So, here in a couple of weeks, I'm going to have to beg you to send me some skirts because I'm a fat ass now. And I don't know. These medications is fucking with me so bad. Oh, and also putting peanut butter in my coffee and drinking protein powder. But I love the protein powder. I don't need a lot of meat. And I got the cinnamon kind. It's a good kind. Yep, 10 pounds. I am over the weight I was when I got out of prison. When I got out of prison, I was 186 pounds. 100, no, it was 186 pounds. And I got it down to 163. And now I'm at 172. And I I don't want to get a whole new word. I don't want to, man, I'm going to get skinny again. I'm going to I'm going to quit drinking peanut butter in my coffee. But I'm telling you, at least try it once. Blend some peanut butter in your black coffee and then put a little sugar and it'll taste like peanut butter fudge. But if you put milk in your coffee, it'll taste like circus peanuts. Very versatile in your coffee, like your whatever kind of flavor you want. Put peanut butter in your coffee. No, take your time. That's why I said in a couple weeks I'm gonna have to beg you. But hopefully I won't, because I'm gonna try to get skinny. I go see the main neurologist on the 19th to ask him if he could give me a list of the things wrong with my brain so I can give it to my therapist so we can find a good medication for the specific parts of my brain that are injured that is causing my mental illness. Something like that. So I might not even, you know, get these weird cravings of peanut butter in my coffee. Or like this weird addiction I have to protein powder. Because I do not go a day without protein powder. Sitting in this fucking chair, drinking protein powder, and I'm complaining I'm fat. I'm an asshole. Never mind. I am such an asshole. Okay, okay. But don't worry about it right now. It'll be it'll be a couple weeks. Yeah. I'm gonna do a good job. We're gonna Miss Muddy, I'm gonna do it for you. Because I see you more than any of my family, including Dustin. So I'll do it for you. But you know what else I'm going to do for you? I'm going to read Enoch chapter 1. And watch, now people start showing up. We have a good time. Okay. Enoch, section 1, chapter 1. The words of the blessing of Enoch, wherewith he blessed the elect and the righteous, not Mormons, who will be living in the day of tribulation, when all the wicked and godless are to be removed. And he took up his parable. Said Enoch, a righteous man, whose eyes were open because he was red pilled in 2020. That's not what it said. It says his eyes were opened by God, saw the vision of the holy ones in heaven, and then was ripped off by every Mormon that ever wrote a book. Okay. He saw visions of the Holy One in heaven, which the angels showed me. And from them I heard everything. And for them and from them I understood as I saw. But not this generation, but for remote one, which is to come. Concerning the elect, not Mormons. I said, not Mormons. I said, and took up my parable concerning them. The Holy One, the Great One, will come forth from his dwelling, and the eternal God will tread upon the earth, even on Mount Sinai, which is how you know this is going to be nowhere near America. He is 100% talking about Jews. He is not talking about America. There is no Mount Sinai in America. I wasn't trying to ignore you. Sending a hug. I don't need you. That's not what I meant. I don't need you to feel sorry because I think you ignored me. I know you fell off the wagon and are getting drunk at bingo off milk. I know. But I won't tell hubby. You robbed the grocery store for milk and went to bingo. Man, Muddy, you have such an exciting life in my head. I feel like I fucked that whole thing up by not saying what I meant to say right. But I didn't say it right the first time. I didn't. I'm gonna quit digging my hole anyway. I love you. Okay. Okay. Even on Mount Sinai, and will appear from his camp, and appear in strength of his might from the heavens of heavens. Yeah, he has a big chair made of fire. Got the first Jesus grandpa. Yeah. He's got a fiery throne in the heaven of heavens. Yeah. There's an emerald floor. I think it might be red, but I think red is called ruby. So it might be green. It might look like the wizard's palace. Not exactly sure. Uh, the heaven of heavens, and all shall be smitten with fear, and the watchers shall quake, and great fear and trembling shall seize them unto the ends of the earth, and the high mountain shall be shaken, and the high hill shall be made low, and shall melt like wax before the flame. And it has a P. It has a P here. Not exactly. Hey, cousin. Ginger nuts. And my is that red feather? Oh, I thought that said preacher 420. Look, feather, welcome. I love you. I'm so happy to see you. I'm glad you came. Okay. And melt like wax before the flame. P. And the earth shall be wholly sent asunder, and all that is upon the earth shall perish, and there shall be judgment upon all men. But with the righteous he will make peace, and will protect the elect, not Mormons. And mercy shall be upon them, and they shall belong to God, his people, the Jews. And they shall be prospered, and they shall be blessed, and he will help them all, and light shall appear unto them, and he will make peace with them. And behold, he comes with thousands of his holy ones to execute judgment upon all, and destroy all the ungodly, and to convict all flesh of all the works of their ungodliness, which they have ungodly committed. Because you need to say that twice, but okay. And of all the hard things which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. Feather, where you been? Man, where have you been? Hi everyone, welcome. Press like and subscribe. And we are reading the Ethiopian Bible, the Book of Enoch. And we are going on to chapter 2, which is not that long. I was going to knock that out real quick because chapter 3 is also not very long, and chapter 4 is not very long. So I'm going to read all these real quick and then take a break. Okay, wait, God voice.
Okay, hi, it's me, God voice. I miss you, Feather. Okay, observe everything that takes place in heaven, how they do not change their orbit, and the luminaries which are in heaven, how they all rise and set in order, each in its season, and transgress not against their appointed order. Behold, earth, and give heed to the things which take place upon it from first to last. How steadfast they are, how none of the things upon the earth change, but all the works of God appear to you. Behold, the summer, the winter, how the earth is filled with water, clouds, and dew and rain upon it. So, chapter 3. Observe and see how, in the winter, all the trees seem as though they had withered and shed all their leaves, except 14 trees, which do not lose their foliage, but retain the old foliage from 2 to 3 years until the new one. Things are happening. I know what's happening. Till the new. Okay, chapter 4. And again, observe the days of summer, how the sun is above the earth, over against it, and you seek shade and shelter by reason of the heat of the sun, and the earth also burns with growing heat. And so you cannot tread on the earth or on a rock by reason of its heat. Things are happening. Okay. So, chapter 5 is going to be kind of long. Oh, shit. I fucked it up. Okay. So, what's everybody doing? Feather, what are you doing? It's been 8 weeks. Oh, there it is. Gotta go soon and go to bed. Okay. Good night, Feather. I love you. Sweet dreams. Give the pillows some head. Put some lipstick on it. Put some lipstick on. Put a ring on it. Get it all over your face. And then give your sheets the best love making of its life. And have the sweetest dreams ever. Man, that was kind of got weird. God was telling me to get freaky. I'm gonna stop doing that. That was weird.
This shit. What? What did just happen? No. What? Oh, there it is. Okay. Are you going to bed too? Good night, Neil. I love you. Hi, everyone. Welcome. I see you lurking. Come and say hi. Because we're about to go to chapter 5. Because I promised Miss Muddy we would make it to chapter 8. And that will be, well, actually, it'll be in another half hour, 45 minutes. We should be done by an hour and 30 minutes. Man, Miss Muddy, I guess it's just down to you and me, babe. We actually don't type. I know you're busy. But I know you're listening and watching out of the corner of your eye. So, let me finish this cigarette real quick. And then we'll get to chapter 5. Oh, yeah, this can be super simple too. These little sections are real short. Oh, yeah. I'm going to do mine here as soon as I get off stream. Oh, man. Doesn't it feel like you're carrying a pair of high heels in your mouth for some weird ass reason? It's like, man, I can't wait to get these high heels out of my mouth. But that glue's so sticky, it just keeps them in there. And then if you take them out, your whole mouth tastes like gummy shit for like until you rinse your mouth out in the morning. It's like, oh God, it's terrible. But I'm gonna have to pull mine out. I was eating pretzels and peanut butter. Sunflower butter, not peanut butter, it's sunflower butter. Oh, God. Yeah, that shit is the absolute worst. Okay. Okay. So, it's God again, I think. I'm just assuming this is God. So, I don't know if it's really God. It's God.
Because I want to talk. Okay, I got so many things to say, and I think I said this. I mean, it, ooh, 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 Miss Muddy, Miss Muddy. There's gonna be a part. We might have already read it, but look. Can I ask you? You might remember. Is this book pre-Exodus, Exodus, or post-Exodus? Because some things he says in this book, it's like I thought this was pre-Exodus, but it might have also could have been during Exodus because there was other prophets in Exodus at the Exodus. Remember, God brings a couple of them forward or whatever. I don't remember, but there was one that was talking mad shit, and the people got real mad at him. But I don't remember his name, and I don't exactly remember who it was or what they were doing. I don't even remember who this guy really is. Long before Exodus. Just take a listen, okay? And I'm not going to quit reading this one, but I am kind of wondering what this guy's even talking about sometimes. Great great grandfather of Noah. Okay. And he worshiped the other God, the great grandfather of Noah. Didn't his family worship the other God? God the first? Okay. So it says, observe ye how the trees cover themselves with green leaves and bear fruit. Wherefore give you seed and know with regard for all, know with regard to all his works, and recognize he that lives forever has made them so, and all his works and all his works go on from year to year forever. And all the tasks which they accomplish for him, and their tasks do not change, but according as God has ordained it done. And behold, how the sea and the rivers in like manner accomplish and change. No, don't change this shit from his commandments. That's it right there. There were no commandments. There was none of this stuff. That's why I wonder, is this after or in in the middle of Exodus or something. When they thought God was a cow. And I don't know if God's a cow. I said I'm not a cow. I got washboard abs. Like you could wash your clothes on my stomach. Well, if they were at 3 kilos, you could wash them on my stomach. Yeah. I'm not a fucking cow. But okay. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up. But there were no commandments. But you have not been steadfast, nor done the commandments of the Lord, but you have turned away and spoken proud and hard of works. Okay. And therefore, it gives seeds and recognize. Oh, hold on. This is not God voice. This is not God voice. I'm not saying nothing.
I'm not saying nothing about God. Yeah, praise God. But I wasn't saying anything bad. Oh, I don't know what the fuck I was just reading. Wow. I don't know what I was reading. Trees grow and all this stuff. Okay, listen. I'm going to quit asking questions because I know it's late time. And I'm the only one who thinks it's late because, well, I know I have nothing else to do. Oh, I got plenty to do. I just don't do it. Okay. Commandments, but you have not been steadfast, nor done the commandments of the Lord. But you have turned away and spoken proud and hard words with your impure mouth against his greatness. Oh, you hard hearted, you shall find no peace. Therefore shall you execrate your days, and for the years of your life shall perish, and the years of your destruction shall be multiplied in eternal execration. I don't know what that means, but okay. Execration. And you shall find no mercy. In those days you shall make your names an eternal execration unto all the righteous, and by you shall all who curse, and all the sinners and the godless shall imprecation by you, and for you, and for you, and for the godless there shall be a curse, and all the shall rejoice. Interesting. And there shall be forgiveness of sins and every mercy and peace forbearance, and there shall be salvation unto them, a goodly life. And for all of you sinners, there shall be no salvation, but on you all shall abide a curse. But for the elect, not Mormons, and there shall be, but for the elect, there shall be light, joy, and peace, and they shall inherit the earth. Jews. And then there shall be bestowed upon the elect wisdom, and they shall live and never again sin, either through ungodliness or through pride. That wasn't a thing back then. That's all they had. What is happening? I don't know. But they who are wise shall be humble, and they shall not again transgress, nor shall they sin all the days of their life, nor shall they die of divine anger or wrath. God's not going to empty his tummy, going to fury, but they shall complete the number of days of their life. Remember what I said at the beginning? I'm not saying I believe this book, but this book does reiterate what the Bible said about you have to make it all the way through to meet God. You walk through your shadow, all of this shit right here. You walk through it and you make it to the end, and your prize is God and positive rejuvenation and the wheel of eyes. Well, actually, it would be in God's army. And when you die up there, you go to the wheels, the eyeballs in the wheel, and your spirit gets brought down here again. Something like that. But anyway, the Bible regurgitates this. Maybe if this was written before the Bible. If not, they both regurgitated the same thing. Okay. But they shall complete the numbers of the days of their life, and their lives shall be increased in peace, and the years of their joy shall be multiplied in eternal gladness and peace all the days of their life. So, if you give up the pride shit, you will have peace, and then you'll make it all the way through. But you need to have Jesus and God. And this, how many minutes are we at? I can't read that. And I'll see if anybody shows up for the. Damn, I can't read. One hour and 7 minutes. Miss Muddy, I'm gonna make it all the way through to chapter 8. Yeah, this is amazing. Okay, chapter 8. No, we're on chapter 6. Okay. And it came to pass, when the children of men had multiplied in those days. What? Why is he writing this before there's even people? How is he even writing this to people that aren't even there? I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I need my coffee. Something is happening. I wish I had somebody to talk to about that. That's not true. I have you, Miss Muddy. Okay, 6. And it came to pass, when the children of men had multiplied in those days. Hold on. And it came to pass, when the children of men had multiplied, that in those days were born unto them beautiful and comely daughters, and the angels, the children of the heaven, saw and lusted after them. I'm so confused. He was literally talking to people that weren't even born yet. Oh, hold on. I haven't been reading this at all. I didn't even realize you were talking to me, Miss Muddy. I was so focused. Break out. Oh. What? What spoke? Yeah. I'm internally confused. Miss Muddy, do you want to do this and during the day with me? Maybe we'll read chapter 6 together, like in the daytime, like if you have time to maybe bullshit for a second. Well, it wouldn't even be bullshit. Never mind, because you got too much going on. But I'm going to sit here and ask you a bunch of stupid questions. Because I remember reading this the other day. And I deleted those videos, I think, those live streams. But what I think I might do is release a video on this. And then you can watch it and maybe comment on the video. Because this might be one of those books that we might actually have to talk about. Because I never read it before. I don't know what to expect. But I know what I know. And I know what this book sounds like. It sounds like it's pre-flood, Exodus, or right after Exodus. But you said it's pre-flood. So how do we even have it? And also, what God is he taught? Well, it would have to be God the second, because it's right before the flood, and there was God the second. Uh, and God the second did let some evil down here on purpose. This is expanding from Genesis 6 to Colossians. Right, right. But before that, who was he talking to? Because there were no real rules. There wasn't commandments. There wasn't a church. There wasn't a synagogue. They didn't have any of all that until after the flood, because there was still remnants of God the first down here. So remember, some of them survived. I don't remember where I read some of them survived, but uh, as far as I know, some of them survived. But I do think this might actually need a Bible study. Even though this isn't the Bible, again, I've never read it. And I don't want my first reaction to be like it was with the Bible. Because my first reaction to reading the Bible was crazy. Are you calling me chicken shit? Is that what that says? Chicken shit. Man, you're speaking Jew. I don't know Jew. Well, I know a little bit of Yiddish. And I'm not saying I don't believe this book. This book definitely goes along with Genesis. Like, definitely goes along with Genesis. Okay, it doesn't go along with Genesis, but it mirrors Genesis. It mirrors pre-Genesis. And like you said, it kind of goes off verse 6. But who was he talking to in the beginning? Because God said all mankind was acting a fool. And he didn't even want to have anybody anymore. And also Numbers 23, he says out loud, the Jews were not the first people. So Noah's family, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, they were the first people. So are they a whole different race? Actually, yes, they are, because Abraham's Chaldean. So they spawned from Chaldeans. So whoever God called first was the original people. They're Noah's people. Right? So this would be a book from the first people. Okay, well, I can get down with that. But then what's all this other stuff he's talking about? God the second was with them until he got bored with them and then went to Chaldeans. Okay, I could see that. But then why does he stay with the Chaldeans? I don't know. See what I'm saying? I think too much. It's too late. Uh, Miss Muddy, we almost made it to chapter 8. But then my brain started getting away with my head again. That was the other thing. Yeah, that was the other thing I was thinking about. Why would King James keep this out of the Bible? Because nobody in the Old Testament talked about the destruction. None of the Old Testament talked about like the complete destruction, except for like Genesis, but that was the story of the flood. And okay, but then like I don't know, that's not exactly true. That's not exactly true. But why would King James keep it out of the Bible? Because it's very hard to understand. I could see that. The judgments of the watchers. Is that what he's talking about when he starts talking about judgments and shit? I could see that. That would be the giant battle of the gods, the giant dodgeball fight. I could see that. I could see that. Definitely. And the pending flood. Oh, yeah, this pre flood. That's right. But I thought only Noah was going around warning people about the flood. I didn't know his grandfather was also doing it. That would make a lot of sense. Okay. Well, I did read a lot of it. But actually, Miss Muddy, if I start reading now, oh, never mind. Never mind. Shut up. Shut up, Nikki. Okay. Oh, yeah, I needed to talk to you about this. Okay. Who the fuck is he talking to, though? And it came to pass when the children of men that in those days were born to them, ow, beautiful and comely daughters. That's like me. No, I'm homely. And the angels, the children of the heaven. See, how do they say? If this is true, Jesus is not the only Son of God. And Adam is not the only Son of God. Adam and Jesus are twin brothers. Okay, the children of heaven saw and lusted after them, and said to one another, come, let us choose wives from among the children of men, and beget us children. I don't know. And how does he fucking know that? He does not fucking know that. Angels do not have these kind of names. They're named after actions. The only action they can commit. How the fuck do people know these things? Oh, this angel is Amaziah, and he's God's right hand man. Look, it's Gabriel. That Gabriel and Michael, I think, are the only two that are named. And still, how do people know about them? They don't. They just made that shit up. How does he know this? He doesn't know this. Okay. So, this guy, who is their leader, said to them, I fear you will not indeed do this deed, and I alone have to pay the penalty of great sin. What? What the fuck does that say? No one knows what the fuck that says. He's talking in fucking riddles. Wait a minute. So this guy, their leader, said, I fear you will not agree to do this deed, and I alone shall have to pay the penalty of great sin. And they all answered him and said, okay, we'll pinky promise and all bind ourselves by mutual imprecations not to abandon this plan, but to do this thing. Then they all swore together and bound themselves by mutual imprecations on it. And they were in all 200 who descended in the days of Jared on the summit of Mount Hermon. And they called it Mount Hermon because they had sworn and bound themselves by mutual imprecations upon it. And these are the names of their leaders. How do you know that? He don't fucking know that. He's just making these names up. Semaiah is as the leader. Erakala, Remael, Kokabael, Tamael, Kamael, Danel, Ezekiel, Barakojael, Esael. That's a king's name. Amaros, Betarel, Anael, Zechwael, Samspiel, Satorel, Terrell, Jamajael, Serial. These are their chiefs of tents. All right, that's the end of 6. And how does he know that shit? He doesn't know that shit. How does he know that shit? All the angels that have been named, other than Michael and Gabriel, which are non-Jew names, by the way, and regular sounding names. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying it's very unlikely it happened. But I read it before an hour and 30. We made it to chapter 7. Right at an hour and 30. We made it to chapter 7. I almost had it, even with all my talking. And you yelling at me in loud letters. Man. Wow. Okay, Miss Muddy, are you ready to go to bed? Because I am kind of ready to go to bed and take these high heels out of my mouth and go lay down. I've been up so late. Not yelling, just passionate. Yeah. It's all right, Miss Muddy. You're probably as tired as me. Been up longer than me. Love you, girl. I'm ready for bed. Okay, so let's all give the pillow some head and the sheets some ass. Put some lipstick on. Put a ring on it. Get all over your face. And then make the sweetest love ever to your bed sheets. And then have a post-coitus cigarette, hit a bowl, and then have the sweetest dreams ever. Love you so much. Good night. Good night, Miss Muddy. I love you. And General Piggy, I think you are lurking somewhere. You have sweet dreams as well. I love you guys so much. Good night.